might lose even
Okay.
if they got surprised by the Digi pick. Like last time that happened to Execration.
They're gonna ensure that nothing happens here.
Anyway,
nothing like that happens.
No novelties here from the side of Bren Esports. They did remove the Digi. They are removing the Thams and might be eyeing and actually securing the Yuzong. But of course, RPH, there is no chance of giving that one away.
No
We might have a Selena here. Available picks would be a Farsa, Selena right now, Atlas,
so
and YSS.
Farsa is going to be a priority pick here for Bren. They
That
don't
would be
want to
it.
give it away.
Yeah.
I don't think you would want to give it away to Grade. He just plays it very well as well if you give him a chance. And on the other side,
So they give it to Selena?
yeah, no Selena.
Yeah, no Selena for Greed.
But because of that, again, no UU combination, they will have priority over Ling if they choose to do so. And if it does happen, I think both teams will start to pick it up.
Yep.
I don't know if Ducky mentioned that, they're gonna use that Ling because I feel like Ling's just so weak right now.
No,
It's something you've been mentioning since last.
I don't think Bren
since
will be
Soul
choosing
Week, right?
I don't think Bren will be choosing Ling
Anymore. Yeah.
I think Bren might be willing to let go of the Ling. I really believe this is gonna be a first pick Farsa, and that will be it with the ban on the
First pick
Kufra.
Farsa.
Aura might open up with a Ling plus Atlas.
What's Felicia doing?
As usual, roughly siya, trolling around with the camera. He
you
loves
okay?
it. Yeah, he loves
Are you
looking
okay,
at the camera.
Felicia?
I mean, even way back in
season 4.
Yeah, without the COVID pandemic, Raflesia,
He likes
the
the-
cameraman loves to love Raflesia because he always look
He
directly.
always does something.
He always played that steering game with the
Little
camera.
camera.
So yeah, I think this might be a Ling and Atlas.
Yep.
Let us see here. Or will there be some new flavor?
Yeah.
Over down here by Aura.
So the Ling and Atlas is something that is probably going to be left behind here on Aura PH. I don't think they will instantly pick it up because I know that Bren realizes that the Ling's just not a good pick anymore. What I'm excited for is the pick for Carl TZ. Kiluash on the Classic Show. This was shown yesterday as well. And once more, the priority of our teams were Khalid. I am still super amazed.
All right.
Last game, it was good.
But they are hiding. They are hiding the key strands here. I can't but feel that Khalid on the side lane is kind of a complementary fighter.
This is something that's going to be different from last game where
Yes.
Khalid was the main engage.
Yes.
This time, I believe that it's so distracting that Aura PH is going to be going to use this Khalid as a secondary initiate.
So Bren already opened up with
Hilda. Okay.
Hilda.
I think this is exactly what I said earlier. Last year, probably gonna have to pick Hilda, and he does.
Yeah.
Flap TZ on the Esmeralda is something I haven't really seen a lot of games on yet.
Yes.
so-
Actually, I cannot but feel that the Esmeralda is too early. But the best thing about Esmeralda is a Khalid comp signifies all in. Sometimes, right?
That's
Kind of
right.
an all-in setup so that you can make full good use of the Raging Sandstorm. So maybe Bren Esports predicted that, and yeah, let's just go with the shields and of course the AoEs of this Esmeralda. But there are a lot of opportunities for Aura PH in choosing a hero that is a natural holder of the Durans. And now we got
Grid's Kagura.
And again, like I said yesterday, I only trust one Kagura player in MPL, and that is
That is
Grid.
Grid.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. I can't help but feel that these are obvious picks. What they're
Yeah.
doing there is obvious. They're really leaving the big time carries. For
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last-
yes. They
In
can
both
hide it.
teams.
Yeah, in both teams. And also Aura.
Hmm.
I don't think they could.
They're-
They can still choose the Ling in a way.
They could.
They could, but maybe there are better options. Now, Aura is eyeing actually Kurt Z. They want to hurt Kurt Z now. It cannot be denied. There might be two carry picks here. Carry bans here by Aura.
Both teams. I think Bren knows that we can still deal with it. But the tankiness of
Yeah.
Aura PH is in question.
Yeah, they can deny three. They can deny three carries against Kurt Z right now because after this two ban setup, they'll be the one to actually pick.
So Lancelot is a good deny, I think.
Yep.
I think we should just ignore the link completely in this game. But I'm 70% sure they're gonna pick it up. One of these guys are gonna pick it up. Sad to say that's gonna be the case here.
Oh my God!
For sure.
Look at Raflesia, man. She just can't help to look at the camera.
I know. Right now, Kiluash is even joining him.
He's doing the Mimi.
What's happening?
He's doing the Mimi challenge actually. The kabit challenge.
Takabit
I
challenge.
think so.
My gulay. Okay.
All right. Right now, RPH they still have one off lane gone.
There you go.
There you go.
Lancelot.
They are really trying to gimp the options here of
For Carl
Carl
TZ.
Z. Testing out big champion bull. Alright, let's see how big it is. Let's remove 3.
Yeah, we hyped it a little bit there earlier, right?
Yeah.
We hyped it.
Claude is still available though.
Yeah, they can't deny it anymore.
Mhm.
They can't pick it. I don't think they will pick it, right?
I don't think they will pick it.
I don't think they'll
On
pick the
JP?
Claude.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
unlikely.
Yeah.
It did work before, but I feel like JP will be inclined to go to carry more
I haven't
than
seen,
a Claude.
Yeah, I haven't seen JP even
Yeah.
play Claude in a long, long time.
The alternate there is for carry, but that's not gonna happen here as well. Because they want that AoE damage to complement what the Kagura and this Khalid can do. The kit for Kagura and Khalid is all AoE. So they need someone that can dish out the AoE damage.
Alright.
And very smart for Brent to
Very smart,
target the ban list.
Yeah,
Target the tank list.
I like
rather.
that Atlas actually. It controls the Esmeralda,
Mm-hmm.
so there are more options for the Flap Z to spin around.
That's
Right.
right.
This is a running game. RPH now. I really think they will be choosing and they will be revealing their carry now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, they in our faces.
in our faces.
In
we
our
just,
faces.
We just bought our words. It's not gonna be a YSS onto JP. I was expecting
Like
that
the other way around.
he was gonna be securing the YSS just so he can punish Kurt Z, but they decided that JP would be the one to roll in the Claude. Bren Esports is very willing to do the trade. I was really thinking JP would secure the YSS instead of the Claude.
Yeah, and Carl to go with the Claude,
Yeah,
right?
this is kind of
This is
risky.
a s-
This is kind of risky because I haven't seen JP really.
That's true.
Played
I think
Claude
the
in a
last
long, long
time
time.
last time was season 4.
Yeah,
Probably only 1 to
and
2 games.
there you have it. Gatot Kacha. Or automatic. There's enough durabilities here
For
for
Brent.
this Claude, and if he BMI out whenever he initiates, Gatot Kacha can follow up.
Yep, you don't get caught by the gut out, you'll probably be okay, but there are a lot of heroes from Bren that can catch him.
Yeah.
You also have to worry about the
Mountain
Falling
Shocker.
Star Moon.
Yeah,
and the
Falling Star Moon.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
Mountain Shocker still for JP here. But Or has an opportunity to counter heavily. What will be their side lane?
Yep, side lanes are looking
Kamasha
like...
is not good.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm... Sorry.
Sorry, I think they can go side lane Cho and just maybe choose. Alright.
Basha.
Baksha. I was
Okay.
yeah, that's
I was surprised. I think you said Masha. No, it's Basha.
Nah, yeah, I was thinking that they would go for side lane Cho and they would go for side lane Khalid.
Khalid, yeah.
Then just go for attack Baksha. Because
It's good.
It's,
It's fine.
it's the best one, especially if you are doing the matchup for the Gatot Kacha. Right?
So I would say, wow, what a hard game to vote on, because I don't think anyone got ahead in the draft here.
Yeah, I'm actually just banking on the experience and previous draft of the two teams.
It's-
I can make an easy vote in my opinion, but that is standing on a very shaky bridge. It is I'll vote in favor of Bren just because I haven't seen JP's Claude in a very long time.
That's true. I feel like the mastery of your hero, the mastery of a hero in the pro scene, in the
Mhm.
tournament scene, is such a big deal. So comfort might be in question here for Aura.
Yes.
I think that's what you're talking about. So I think Bren is definitely a team that looks a bit more prepared. Although I saw that Aura insta-lock that Blood, but still, it's a Bren game for me. I
Yeah,
think.
there are just only two carries anyway remaining. They can go for Roger, but I really think it would be
Both
YSS
teams, yeah.
JP then Claude on Carl Z. So it's the other way around. And Bren is, if they choose Claude, they would just choose YSS. Carl Z sees it. It's not really between these carries and expect Carl Z, expect JP, knowing them, they will pull off a massive play.
Yeah,
They
they're
know.
both explosive heroes
Yeah.
as we head into game 1 of Bren Esports versus Aura PH.
They are carries. They are carries who really make plays compared to other carries right now in the league who really just want to be consistent and scale.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Expect
right.
it from them. Expect it from them. It's about how this supports. How will each of them rotate? Look at that. In
See?
these early levels, look at Lusty. He wants to get a tag onto Green.
So aggressive.
Any little lead that you can take, anything that you can throw.
And I think that is going to be the case. In this game, it's going to be the small things
Yeah.
that make a difference here. And they are not afraid to just go ahead. Oh my gosh, kill VJ. That is a lot of aggression from a Khalid that usually stays on the top lane.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
or,
yes.
or in the off lane.
Yeah.
And he is expending time to try to scout out where Carl is.
Bren is the one who got the lead. They were able to force the Khalid and even the Cho
Off
to
their lane.
react,
Uh-huh.
off their lane. But these are small leads, guys. how MLBB is right now. Not kills, but actually forcing reactions against your enemy.
Yep. Actually, that's what's gonna happen here.
Look
And
at that.
wow, they're backing.
GP
A
was
lot
forced
of
to back
backs.
out. Yeah, so that's one testament on GP's
Uh-huh.
Claude. It's not a good signal actually. That's a big delay on the Claude.
And that's also the power of picking the Farsa is, right?
Yeah.
You force people to back with just the
Yes.
ultimate.
Yes.
That is such a good use of the far side. The moment you hit level 4, there's a lot of pressure on the map, and it looks like Lusty level 2 wants to go for it and reset successfully.
Yeah, the reset is successful. Still another delay down for JP, but maybe not much. That is still going to be the orange box secured for JP. Force the flicker out on Kiluash down for the bot lane with Kurt Z. And maybe this will turn out well for Aura. You know why?
Yep.
Because JP will have buff on the next turtle spawn.
Oh yeah, that's
JP
right. This
will
is
have the
super
orange buff.
delayed red buff.
Yeah, that is a really delayed Soul of Lava.
So sorry,
that might
orange
be
buff.
a nice advantage for JP as the 35-minute timer pops off from the turtle. But still, we're not so sure. Also, the delay on the recall of JP. Yes, there is the delay on him, but at least it reduces the risk of Kurt Z second guessing, trying to guess that the orange buff is being taken. You can actually see that when the Mountain Chakra gets casted,
Yeah.
we're still just half health.
Up.
Oh my god, JP,
JP though.
he cannot back up here. And Reboy stays
Greed.
off to the side. Kartzi is there. He's just waiting for another Mounting Chakra. Raflisha is done for.
Yep, and what's happening here with Aura PH? They broke down in the disengage. They left Raflisha all alone, and there was no way that he could get out of there. And Kiluash will be the one to go for the Way of Dragons, but looks like he is the one who is in danger here.
Yes.
Oh my god, barely makes it out!
Yeah, and now here comes JP. He will fully re-engage, but Rebo stays into the front line, making sure that maybe there is a hustle delivered for them. Look at JP. Again, drop to below, to very low health. Maybe he got his shield on. Still going to be very dangerous. Was able to kite away, and now BMI out. Rebo chase down for KLVJ. Tons back for Greed. Enough damage is not there yet. A few tries to kite back, but it only got hit Raflisha. Kiluash dives in with a Shunpo, force the flicker away from Rebo.
And that is, in the end of the day, that was an Aura advantage in that fight. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very hard to spot, but they did get ahead there because oh my god, wait,
Oh my
spoke
god,
too soon.
Few. Yeah, alright, man. This is a battle between the approach of Few and also Greed. Look at that. Kiluash! Oh my god, he slipped!
He slipped.
He
Outplayed
slipped!
himself. He outplayed himself. He was waiting for the hurricane.
How you outplayed yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and that's gonna be he's gonna be saying thanks.
Okay. I thought I was dead, but okay, I'll just walk out.
Alright.
I'll just walk out.
Right? And Few just Kiluash is very angry with Few. He's very angry.
What was that?
Oh
What is
my
that?
god. Okay, those are for the memes.
Okay, this is a meme.
Yeah, those are for the
Okay,
memes.
let's rationalize what Kiluash did. He went straight through the wall because he knew that Few picked up the hurricane.
Yep.
He was trying to go ahead, but now he faced the facepalm. Anyway,
Spam, yes. We got the fight here, ladies and gentlemen, and Kiel VJ was forced to flicker.
I can't get over that. Right now, I feel like Aura is definitely on its toes. I like that both of these teams are keeping each other on their toes. It's just so good for them to just keep steady here. And again, they are losing slowly. So overall, we are going to see each other facing off into the macro game.
In the macro game,
Yeah, they're gonna slow it into the macro game, and of course, they are going to keep going here.
Still Few.
Still
Classic on Farsa, man.
And again, the Farsa pick is just so good.
Yeah.
This is the reason why a lot of teams first pick it.
And the Cyclone Eye on Kiluash is just so funny.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them about that later for sure. Okay, now Raflisha is in danger. He's not as tanky as he wants to be on the Baksha.
Yeah.
And Flaptis is in danger
Beautiful
here.
yin yang overturn there by Greed, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, everyone gets greeted still by the feathered airstrike.
Oh my
of
god,
Few.
kill.
BJ
Over
gets the
chase.
KO away from K. Carl Z. And now Lusty, along with Rebo, goes for that side brush near the purple buff. Tries to get a tag onto Kiluash. Just went for the blasting. But Greed would have to rush Umbrella out.
Yep, and of course, for the meantime, it is going to be a defensive Aura PH. Now that they are a little bit behind because of that dive from KLVJ, he might have been enough bit more than he can chew. And to be honest, Flaptizi very low was it's a juicy target. Yeah, I don't blame KL for that.
Well,
But now View is going to be the one zoning in all alone. He doesn't care. He has a bird form.
The problem here is actually the outer turrets,
Yep, that's right.
Right now, very strong map domination here by Bren Esports. And yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean there is a lead for Bren Esports, but to really specify how can this be capitalized, there is a lot of space for few
There is
to fly. That
so
is a nice
much.
catch by Raflisha. Tortoise presents casted, and of course back up by Kartzy, as they know they can easily slice through the shell of this backsha.
Yep. I'll be honest, the reason why that's also the case is because the hard crowd control for Aura is very limited. Right now, the LVJ with the Raging Sandstorm into 4 people from Bren is not going to be able to sustain. I'm questioning the calls now. Why is KLVJ diving into 4 people with the rest of the team on the back line,
Actually, very
not
curious
following
about
up?
I'm actually curious as well by the dive of Raflisha, honestly. It doesn't seem like there is a follow-up there for Raflisha when he
Yeah.
actually dived, when he actually went for a few. And look at how quick Bren Esports is when they try to protect you. They know the value of the support. They don't just left
Yep.
their support left for dead. They don't just left their support for dead. And we got few here still has that feathered airstrike. So any time there is a lot of confidence Bren Esports to go for push in this inner top lane turret.
This looks like it's going to be a fast game, bro. I feel like they're gonna just keep pushing here on the using the Farsa to clear up and shove the waves.
Yeah.
And the counter here is for Kiluash on the other side to just keep doing what he does best.
Yeah.
And that is to stay on the lane. But can Aura take the fight without Kiluash?
Yeah, JP is not dying, not even
He's
once,
not, he's
right?
not.
But he is getting starved. That's
Oh,
the big problem.
Carl
there.
TZ.
Kartzy goes in. He gets greeted by that blazing duet. And that's full channel. That is a nice catch there by the Khalid. Gets the kill on the YSS. And here comes the next members against Bren Esports. They get plucked out one by one. It's not just Kurji. Make that lasting add-on few and no members are removed here against Aura PH.
They roll in and they got that win finally. Oh wait, Flap TZ is gonna be able to get something, at
Wow.
least consolation prize there.
Yeah.
For Bren Esports, but I would still say that Aura got ahead by a big amount there because of the proactive actions of JP. Let's have a look at that. And into that no setup blazing duet. He does
Yeah.
not care if everyone is ready. He will go in and he has the damage to do it right now. And the follow-up is just clean from Aura PH. Hashtag shave the day.
There's very little.
Yeah.
There's very little catch against JP there. He was allowed to even flicker
Yeah, I know.
forward, yeah.
That was so aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. I mean,
I was surprised.
it took a long time. It took a long time before you really felt the damage of the blazing duet down on down on Curl Z,
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't a fully charged blazing
It wasn't
duet.
a fully charged blazing duet, but JP is very willing to actually just flicker so
know.
that he can get into the face of Curl Z there after
Yeah.
the Traceless gets casted. And yeah, right now, what could be a one-sided game may be pushed back against Bren Esports.
Yep, and I feel esports is going to be in control for the next three to 4 minutes just because of their ability to just keep spamming Mountain Shocker like that.
Yeah.
Right now, the cooldown for their skills for Carl TZ on the Mountain Shocker is the lowest it can be because he is level 13,
Man.
way ahead of everyone here
Crazy.
on Aura PH.
Crazy. I mean, we kind of agree earlier that the number one support right now, well, you get Selena ban always, but the number one support right now is Farsa, right?
Yes.
If you use this Farsa way back in Season 1, everyone will laugh at you.
I know.
People will be angry.
People will, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
A big difference, right? And that's just that signifies the changes that players have to adjust with
Yeah.
in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can see how different the meta is really, right?
So
you get
different.
Farsa, and there's a big catch there.
Oh
Very
my
quick
gosh,
on Kiluwash, man.
What was that?
Yun yung overturn that for Grid, but they won't stop. And look at that. Lusty along with the Rebo putting up the hustle against the 4, maybe 3 members here of Aura PH. Grid gets slayed. Here comes Carlsy, followed up onto the initiate done by Flapsy. And still Lusty is still alive. Raplesia gonna be destroyed here by the feathered airstrike of Few. Double kill secured here by Flap. And they would go for this mid
Wipe
lane
out.
inhibitor turret.
This could be the game. I think they have it. Unless
They have.
Kiluwash does not have strong wave clear.
Yeah, they got Carlsy. This is the game.
This is the game. Here's the way of the Jeet Kune Do. Not going to be enough to stop them. The minion is still there, and that's going to be the game. Bren Esports. So quick.
Oh my.
Oh my god. So, the first thing I noticed there, congratulations by the way, 1-0, Bren Esports. The first thing I noticed is, it's so hard to deal with Mountain Shocker plus Feathered
Feathered
Airstrike at the same
yes.
time.
Yes. And very, very good call, I would dare say,
Yeah.
on Bren Esports on taking fights like that. 3 members receive
I
the
think,
yin yang overturn.
yeah.
They all went for Grid. And they just sent 2 members, Rebo and Lusty.
To keep the fight going in
Take
the jungle.
yeah, onto the top lane side. No problem. No problem. That is a very, very good shot call. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? You got 3v1. You receive the ultimate of that one. You get 2v3. And you still won. And what they did is, even though I think it was Rebo that died up top,
Yes.
they still went for it. They still tried to hunt the remaining 3 members and yeah, win that fight. And they know they can convert it to a push.
Yeah, the funny thing is, if only one guy survived from Aura there, that would still have been 50-50. Maybe only that first tower would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
But Bren was able to clean up everything
Yeah.
because of how far ahead
Yeah.
Carl Tacey was,
Yes.
and because of the damage of that Mountain Shocker.
Yes,
Max
and
level.
You can actually see how explosive Few and Courtesy is. That's I mean, that's not just really it for Bren, but they are still very consistent threat. And what I love about them is they're veterans. They've been here for a long time. They've been strong from way back, and they are still strong right now in season
Yep.
6.
That's a great sign for that team.
Yeah.
That's a great sign, consistency, and all of that.
Let's get into Wolf.
Nakita ang Bren Esports na sorry, siguro sabihin na natin kay Coach Ducky, sorry pero baka kailangan nating i-reveal sa ating mga viewers. Pero kasi yung Bren Esports might be showing us something na kakaiba sa ating meta. And as I'd like to call it, the favorite ni Manjin, by the way, Mission and Vision. Napakasimple. What is common with Farsa, with Gatot Kacha, and sa Farsa, Gatot Kacha, and Yisun Shin? Ito yung mga extra information na pwede natin makuha from these heroes dahil dun sa kanilang mga pinapakita sila. And Yisun Shin with the vision of the Mountain Shocker, you have the Farsa Feathered Airstrike, as well as this Gatot Kacha. I like what I like that they are using itong mga heroes na to with extra na factors pag in-game na, which is yun nga, the vision that they get. Not only that, ginagamit nila itong mga heroes na to in connection with each other dun sa mga micro-objectives na sinasabi natin. And what are the micro-objectives? The buffs. Gusto ko yung ginagawa dito ng Bren Esports because they are many times na kunwari, yung Farsa yung nagpa-provide ng vision, tas mag-ulti si Yisun Shin, or it's Gatot Kacha, then magda-dive yung rest ng Bren Esports. It's really amazing to see how Bren Esports does this. However, Aura naman, ang strength naman ng kanilang lineup is more on the team fights. And we saw many times in that match na akala natin magpo-pull over na ang side ng Aura PH dahil sa kanilang pagkapanalo sa mga team fights, but it did not happen because of something that Bren Esports did, which I will explain later. If we look at the post-game stats, makikita natin kung gaano kaganda yung order of picks, yung draft dito ng Bren Esports. Gustong-gusto yung order ng picks ng Bren Esports dahil kanilang mga unang kinuha, dun sa first phase ng game, after nung 3 picks, biglang nag-4th pick ang Aura ng isang Claude. Then, very quickly yung Bren, nag-pick agad sila ng Yisun Shin kasi gusto nilang tapatan yung late game potential. And syempre, ang gandang combo nun with Farsa. Tapos, they back-to-back picked it with the Gatot Kacha na instantly pumigil sa maraming heroes dito ng Aura PH. Una, yung Claude. Claude cannot be as comfortable when facing up against Gatot Kacha, lalong-lalo na meron na tayong buff na Gatot Kacha. It's just amazing that in a 1v1 setup talagang lugi yung Claude sa Gatot Kacha. Many team fights in the game, right? Also, I like it against the heroes that are in the offlane, like Cho, for example, or Khalid, na ang gusto ng mga heroes na to sa side lanes ay napapauwi nila yung makalaban, and Gatot Kacha is a hero that they will not be able to do so. While I like the backshot pick from Raflesha, unfortunately, na-feel natin na dahil hindi nakakuha ng magandang snowball ang ating backshot in the late game or in the mid game, hindi na ganun ka impactful yung performance ni Raflesha as compared to what Bren Esports showed us. Now, if we're looking at the smart highlights of the game, we can see that there's a lot of big clashes that happened that went in favor of Aura. So pag mga 5v5 na clash na nakikita ninyo, or big team fights, 4v4, 5v5, lumalamang ang Aura PH. Lalong-lalo na because of KLVJ showcasing how good the Khalid is as a pick. Lalong-lalo itong laban na to, this specific one, the Aura PH, showed a masterclass on how to win team fights. Kasi yun naman ang strength ng Aura, right? However, Bren Esports, napakaganda nung kanilang response dito against Aura PH. Whenever they are team fighting, kung pansin niyo, laging may nakatao dun sa mga lanes. Laging may nag-shove niyan. I wanna pause here a little bit. Look at this. It's 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, mga kaibigan. But there are 0 turrets down for Bren Esports. Well, Aura PH, 5 out of the 6 outer turrets nila ay wala na. And this really gave up a big boost of autonomy para sa Bren Esports. Not only that, yung map control. And paano ba nagawa to ng Bren Esports at na keep nila yung kanilang mga tore? Napaka-simple na sagot. Mission and vision. Vision coming out from their heroes. Plus the fact na meron silang wave clear from the Farsa, you also have the Esmeralda. And then also, yung Bren Esports, they put a lot of emphasis on keeping their turrets to keep their map control. Normally, marksman, kung marksman versus marksman setup para miyan ng farm, ang marksman na mas marami ang tore sa kalaban usually wins the race when it comes to snowballing, when it comes to gold, or trying to farm. Right? So, yun yung naging, kailangan nyo ninyong matandaan kung kayo naglalaro sa mga pals. Marksman versus marksman, kailangan keep nyo yung mga tore so that you can keep your map control and as a result, makapag-farm kayo. And evidently, Bren Esports are in a big lead now. Napatay dito yung Gison Shin. You can see Bren Esports, ang decision nila, okay, sige, we lost this fight already. Let's get out. Let's try to cut our losses. And that's what Rebo did. Tapos, tamang abang lang din si KLVJ after that play. Now, eto naman, this is a big diversion play coming out from Bren Esports. While the rest of Aura PH ay nandito sa may left side, yung ibang naman members ng Bren Esports pumipitas dito sa right side ng Aura PH. And after eliminating Reed and Kiluwash, tapos napababa na yung HP ng mga ibang members ng Aura PH, there's now stopping this Season Shin from eventually killing rest of Aura. By the way, nice play coming out from Flap TZ on the Esmeralda para makabawi na dito totally ang Bren Esports. And all throughout the match, Few with such an amazing display from the Farsa. Ang daming beses natin nakita na nakipaglaro sa kamatayan si Few at siya pahing nanalo. Nevertheless, Carl TZ is our MVP of the match. 6-2 and 5 performance on the Yisun Shin. In such an important match against Aura, alam natin na malupit at matindi ang galawan ng mga members of RPH. Carl TZ still showed us a wonderful play from the Yisun Shin. And I think that I shared the sentiments with the casters. I would love to see a game number 3 from this wonderful series, but we might not see that kung ganito lang, kung uulit ang Bren Esports at Aura dun sa game number 1. We'll find out though. Pero, bago ang lahat, just look at my Realme 6 muna at magbabasa tayo ng mga comments natin mula sa Usapang MPL. Mula kay Jo Marie Pacquiao Cabiles, ginawa kong tank build si Natalia para maging support ako sa core namin at sunod ako ng sunod sa core nila para mahanapan na timing at ma-ambush ang core nila at gabang ako sa bush para bigyan ng mata ang kakampi. Ginagamit ko lang ang passive ni Natalia na invisible. Okay. Now, kay Jedel Sabinay, kaya ba akong diskarte ay tinry kong mag-funnel badang kasi maganda yung combo namin. Gumana pala ng set si Kufra, tapos pumasok ang Guinevere, tapos nag-ulti ako. Okay. So, again, any hero can be funneled if used in the right conditions, guys. Tandaan yan. Wala naman kay Denver. Ang pinakaibang diskarte paggamit ng Digi ay pumupunta ako sa purple buff ng kalaban upang manggulo sa nagpa-farm na assassin ng kalaban at dahil doon na-delay ang pag-level up ng kanilang assassin. Nako, paano pa kaya ngayon na meron na nga tayo ng alamat ng itlog or the tactical feeding Digi? Anyways guys, we have a lot of giveaway codes and because of the fact na marami ang sumali sa ating usapang MPL, we have bonus giveaway codes. At surely, pag patuloy na mag-participate, will be given more. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-comment sa usapang MPL. But we have to get back to business. This is still the featured match. Fervor for favor. Hinipe natin na medyo matagal. Ang dami natin mga sinabi pre-game. Hayaan ba nating matapos ng 2-0? Of course not. But it's not for us to decide. However, casters, I'm bringing the stage back to you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2. Thank you for the insights coming in from Wolf. That is what happens on two very competent teams, right?
That's right.
Really taking in a high-stake match, really taking in a close game. It could be a very... It actually depends on the draft. It actually
Yes.
depends on the draft, but it could be a full-blown fight that can go back and forth. It could also be a game wherein an obvious weakness can be capitalized.
Yep.
And escalate quickly in favor of one team. I think that's what happens here in favor of Bren.
That's right. I think that's what happened here. It's not a big disparity like what we've seen in some matches.
Yeah, I don't think it's still
a big disparity
yeah.
or a big disadvantage in the draft.
Yeah,
It's the smallest things.
it's the smallest
The
teams.
small
Yeah.
decisions
Yeah.
that the player makes.
Yeah.
And the ripple effects
Yes.
of that small decision
Yeah.
into the future team fights. The small effect here is in the last matchup, in the last team fight where we saw them. I was actually super curious why 3 people from Bren were chasing on grid on the right side and there was a 2v4 on the left
Yeah.
side. You would be wondering, normally, that sounds like a big mistake. And they were compressed in the yin-yang overturn. You mentioned that. You were casting that. It was a yin-yang overturn. So, we saw in the macro sense that Ben still got ahead despite what looked like a mistake. And the small things really do matter in high-pressure matches like this one.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Digi, we got the Thams here for the man of Bren Esports. We also have the Yuzong onto the side of Aura PH. Also want to emphasize on the idea that later, on the game number 1, remember that during the 2v3 fight, Lost in Rebo was very durable.
They were.
Actually, the one that got the disparity happened. They became so squishy because they got hurt a lot by the damage that can come in from few. They got denied a lot. And that is, yes, the key players on Aura. JP is not killed. He was
Yes.
able to make a play. But he got denied very quick. Remember those times when his health drops very low?
Very low,
And he is
yes.
forced to fall back?
That's also a big because of-
Advantage for Bren, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's also a reason why they picked up the Esmeralda.
Yeah.
And that's why the Esmeralda works well against the Claw because Blazing Duet, the reason why Blazing Duet is sometimes so powerful is it generates a shield while you're dishing the damage. What if that shield doesn't exist with a very strong Flaptizi? So the fighting forces here for each team were just so 50-50 at that point. It just so happened that it got tilted on the decision-making of Brent to choose their durable fighters and let them take the sacrifice for their squishy members to win the game for them.
Indeed. We got a Farsa here.
No
Ladies and
more
gentlemen,
Farsa.
from
Yeah.
Aura PH. That
Reaction
is a
ban.
very, very nice band there.
Yes.
I really think it's totally... I mean, from the looks of it, Brand doesn't even have to worry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
but
so.
I think it's totally rewarding for Aura PH to ban the Farsa as red side. Right?
Yes. I think the first pick Farsa is something that teams are so willing to pick up. Like the moment they see Farsa open, get it. That's like, I feel like that's what's going on the bootcamp. Like, Farsa's open, go ahead. Because it's just so high priority right now. And the reason why is super obvious because of the first game. Get massive amounts of map control, get that AoE damage, and also just get a good guy that deals damage and can run away from fights if they need to. That's also a big reason why the Farsa didn't die earlier was because the hard crowd control, he was able to utilize the lack of hard crowd control on the side of Aura. Like what's the hard crack to throw earlier for Aura? It was the the Raging Sandstorm, right? It was the Yin Yang Overturn. All of these were ultimates that needed to be committed. Long cooldown ultimates.
Indeed.
Before you can catch the Farsa. And if you fail, that your team is gonna suffer.
All right, we have Khalid here. We got Kufra as well. There is...
Oh, Changu. Wow.
Wow.
You like this for sure.
Yeah, I like this, but it's still very early.
I feel like it's something that can be dealt with.
Yeah.
Despite you
By
don't think
Aura.
it's so early.
You don't think it's so early.
hmm.
You choose that if when there are...
Um
Well, there are
Sluggish
Esmeraldas.
heroes.
Alright, there's sluggish heroes.
Yeah.
There is one though. Aura sends in a signal of might be an all-in composition just with the Esmeralda. But the thing here is that Esmeralda can be played, in a flexible fashion. It's not
Yes.
necessarily always all-in when you get Esmeralda. Now, Aura, you can actually see the direction here that they will be doing. They will be choosing heroes that can establish distance as well against the
Yes.
Changu, if not assassinate. Because Changu works only best if against melee heroes, slow-moving melee heroes. And right now, we are seeing none of it on RPH.
Yeah.
Actually, even Esmeralda has some good amount of mobility in her kit.
That's also the reason why you don't pick the Chang'e this early.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a good rationale for
there's
this.
a good rationale.
There's
yeah.
a very good rationale for this, but in general, Aura PH can read stuff like this, right?
Yes, yes.
They can read into it and counterpick in the right way. Oh, a good reaction band there. Gasot Kacha plus Chang'e just makes.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward on the Natalia ban.
Yeah,
They should ban the
exactly.
Natalia without doubt. Maybe that's that's what Bren Esports is trying to target and bait out.
Yeah, Ban is trying
Yeah.
to keep the Chang'e alive
Yes,
and safe.
and right now, it's not just the ban. It's actually the direction of how Bren has known Aura PH and how we have known Aura PH and what is it. One of the biggest headlines of Aura PH yesterday was of the Natalia. They shouted down the Kagura on Grid. So Grid might be eyeing us. All right, let's reveal the Natalia here.
Once
And
more, yeah.
That's what Bren Esports did. They actually created a very strong pick, a lineup that can heavily be countered by the Natalia and attack the Natalia by the second rotation of ban.
That's right. So that's actually something that can work in favor of Bren Esports. I mean, removing that means that they kind of limit the backline diving capabilities of Aura PH. But at the same time, Aura PH is reacting again. This is another react onto for JP, so that because they saw last game, Claude was actually pretty strong
Yeah.
against the Senshin, right? If you get ahead in the engage, if you start the engagement first, the Claude actually has a pretty big advantage over the Senshin. So they are trying to remove that right
at
away.
That's still countered by the Chango. I mean,
slow moving targets.
targets, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Carl Tizzy doesn't care. He has excellent command of
Yeah.
this Lancelot, so he does not care about that Claude ban at all.
What would be the few here? Well, we have a side lane Chango, or we will have... There's still a lot of flexibility here because you can now play the Chango as the utility support, right?
Yes, exactly.
We've seen that already.
I-
But we've seen first the side lane Chango. But let's see. The Chango here can still be flex.
This is super side lane roaming Chang'e for sure. He's gonna roam a little bit, but overall he will try to dominate one part of the map and let Carl Tizzy rotate as well. So I'm actually wow, this is gonna be interesting. The Alice is something that I'm not happy because like the Alice is something that rarely pops up. I'm happy because it kind of just pushes the envelope here for Bren Esports.
Yeah.
They will have command of where to engage first.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Actually, when we've seen the meta on the rise of the Balmond, that's where the Alice pops in. It's actually kind of a natural counter against Balmond. All regeneration counters the Cyclone, the
Yes.
Cyclone sweep. And because of the regeneration, you don't get into the threshold required for the ultimate of the Balmond. So
Yes.
Alice is totally understandable here. I'm just curious that they are really forcing on having the Chango be on the... Sorry, having the Chango be on the support position, on the position 5 position, on the position 4, on the utility support role. And my curiosity is, how can Few needs to have some really good early games here on the idea of maybe getting some farms, on the idea of getting some gold, because he might delay. My best guess is he might rush the glowing wand before the Necklace of Durance.
That's
Or
right.
there is an option of maybe first item Necklace of Durance. That's where the curiosity lies.
right.
Because we know how rewarding Necklace of Durance is, right?
Especially on a hero that relies on damage,
Yes.
right? The Necklace of Duress is not just for that anti heal. It's also just a good amount of cooldown reduction and damage.
There's also spell bump.
And spell vamp,
There's also
right?
spell
So
vamp on
so
there.
much so much reliance, and Alice is a perfect candidate for that.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the game. Game number 2 between Bren Esports versus Aura PH. This is already match point in favor of Bren Esports.
Yep, exactly. So Bren Esports are feeling a bit more confident, and Few is of course on the Chang'e. We know how well this guy can pilot heroes like this, some long-range heroes like the Forza earlier, and I have no doubt it's going to be returning very good results here in this one as well. But again, Greed is, like Shinbu mentioned, he is also one of the players that you have to look at when you are looking at Kagura in the league.
Yeah.
And that is saying a lot. That means that over so many Kagura players in the league, I think Greed is absolutely in a different level, right? So we'll see the clashing playstyles. We will see the different win conditions here for both Bren and Aura. And I have to say, we did not vote, by the way. I think Bren might actually get this game too. So far, I feel like we are going to see Bren pop off non-stop here. So I'm waiting. What I'm looking at here is the efficacy of this Khalid, because it's gonna be one of those games again that's gonna determine the win rate of the Khalid. It's also going to determine whether or not it's actually gonna be a good pick, because we have. Despite the games that we've seen on Khalid, despite the victories we've seen, I still think it's 50-50 stolen. Did they steal that that orange buff?
It's another problem there.
Oh
There's going to
my
be a
God.
boss call here
Where is the orange
from
buff?
the side of Aura. The biggest question guess right now is of the orange buff. We still
The Mountain Shocker was...
there is a buff right on JP.
Yeah, there was already. I don't know if that's gonna be his own buff or...
Yeah, we just want to double check if
We'll
that is
double
his
check
own
that.
buff or if that was the stolen one. Things are looking pretty swell for Aura PH here,
Oh my
ladies and
gosh.
gentlemen.
Okay, let's have a look-see. And I really do believe that this is one of the perks of just picking up the usage. If JP gets that, that's a big advantage. That denies so much experience. That will also deny the ability of Bren Esports to play proactively. It will affect their decision-making on whether they want to take a team fight, because that's a reason why Soul of Lava is so good to take. It forces your team to play more passive. And when you play passive, the enemy can kind of capitalize on that. That's why some people would say, why are you guys so hyped about this buff? And some people will tell us that, dude, do you not see the effect of Soul of Lava? It is such a good thing to get.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's like free skill.
Yeah, a free skill. You slow the enemy.
Auto attack.
You have a burn.
You have burn, you have true damage.
Oh my gosh. So
Soul of Lava is really good. It just doesn't add to your utility kits.
That's right.
the thing about Soul of Lava. It makes the most use if you have durability and you have a lot of attack speed, and you can deal continuous damage. That's where it pops out best. It's actually good at taking objectives.
Yep, exactly.
You know,
So for the meantime,
for
by the way,
dueling.
we are on a pause here for a little bit. I think they kind of something happened here. We're not sure. We'll try to find out later. But again, because of how we saw that, I think Aura might have a pretty good grasp of the early game.
Early game is well on the Aura.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not Farsa support.
Not Farsa support
Yeah, right.
anymore.
That's Chango support. So the usual force here, or hustle, or like pressure that Few has established with that Farsa is clearly very different.
Yeah,
Definitely lower
different way
on
of
this
playing.
Chango. Yeah.
You know what's ironic as well with the Chang'e is it's used to deal with sluggish heroes, but Chang'e is also sluggish in movement.
Yeah, yes, especially if the shield on the second is down.
disappears.
And you can easily remove that one with the Mountain Shocker. Greed receives the jump down from Lusty, was able to dance around, at least make his escape completely.
Okay.
And curious on the buff.
Buff count. Let's go. Where is the orange buff here?
We got
I don't
Professional
see it
responding
yet.
in. Yep.
Baptizi with a lot of damage here. Getting done on by JP. Kill Luash does not have the execute yet. He's only level 3. Will be able to be repelled here by Bren Esports.
Yep. Who's getting funneled here? It's the Lancelot. Kartzy is actually down in the bottom lane. They're going for the tower dive, and that's it. We didn't see it, but the Esmeralda fell
Okay.
down against Kartzy.
Good. He secured it.
He secured
Oh my God.
his own buff.
That was a big deal because if Cartesi doesn't get that, he's behind on XP and no engage. That would not have happened if he did not pick up the orange. That dive on the bottom lane, for
Indeed.
sure. So now it's gonna be Flapteezy and Kiluash on the top lane. We see on the camera, and the power of the Khalid is sustained here. That's gonna be a long, drawn-out fight. Lusty is so happy he got the Kufra. I was surprised he was gonna get it in this game at all. I don't know if that's a lacking or if that's a problem with the draft for Aura PH, but this is one of the heroes that absolutely swings games, right?
Yeah.
On the NXP game, it's really swung game one when Yaoi got hold of it, and I think BSB learned to ban it right away.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's how you do it actually with players that has a lot of has a very defined pocket picks. Lots of stars here sent towards grid. No dancing around because they got the whole route covered there.
yeah,
If ever grid attempts to escape.
Yeah.
But the problem here is now Bren has taken good control. Most of the kills actually initiated on quick onto few.
yes, exactly.
And this might accelerate Few's pressure for the mid game.
Oh
Look
boy!
at the dive there by
That's what I'm
Flapsy.
talking about.
Yeah, that is very snappy here from Bren Esports.
Oh my gosh, Lusty, you beast!
Khalid
My
is now
gosh.
popping off.
Yes,
The
and
Khalid picks are now
finally
yeah,
working.
getting better and better, right?
Yep. Every game it gets picked, it
It
gets
gets better. It gets better.
Yeah.
Since week 1.
Since week one, man. So, so many things are happening here on the map, and from what we can tell, the Bren, the Aura PH map is getting a little bit more dangerous to traverse. Because I feel like Bren is kind of so aggressive in going into that. They have the Alice as well, and the Carl TC on the Lance that can invade very easily. And on the top lane, Kiluash is not having fun because of Lusty.
Yeah.
He can't instantly dash out because of bouncing ball. Lusty's always on top of either Raflesia or Kiluash.
Yeah. Yes.
And that is just giving a headache to Aura PH right now.
And they need the problem here is that it's not just Lusty here. It's actually the whole team syncing properly, right?
That's right.
Again, if you are accounting for Few, if you are accounting for Lusty, there is a lot of freedom for Kartzy, right?
That's right.
Look at the play here. That's just Lusty and Few.
It is just Lusty and Few,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they're
not so sure
doing
if
so
these
much.
I cannot but feel that mistakes are being committed. It's not anymore outplays here. Look at that. A very quick dive there
Look
by
at
Kartzy.
this!
That's what I'm talking about earlier. That's what I'm talking about earlier. If you are accounting for Few, if you're accounting for Lusty, there's freedom for Kartzy. The freedom, he went in. Middle of these two turrets in the mid.
No one can stop Cartesi without this choke.
Oh no. This
Oh
is
my
the
gosh.
mid game. This is the mid game power spike of you. He would just spam.
Yep. You're
There's-
gonna get so many stars.
Farsa.
Only
Yeah.
streamers want stars. We
Yes.
don't. Other ML heroes don't want those stars.
Look at that. Good thing Kartzy misses his phantom execution.
Yep.
But Aura needs to win one team fight here. If this carries on,
This is not gonna stop.
this is too big for a pro play that is 5,000 at the 5-minute mark.
That is huge.
Yeah.
That is absolutely huge. No one can really stop Carl TZ from puncturing left, right, and center
Yes.
in this game.
Yes.
And Kiluash is in no shape to do that. Raflesia is always busy with the side lane push.
Yeah.
How is Aura PH going to deal with it? That's a big question. And the comeback mechanics here for Aura PH are starting to diminish by the second. Their jungle is now being slowly invaded as well by Bren Esports. You can really see that on the map. Mountain Shocker will only reveal them. It doesn't do any more damage
They need a
at
massive
this point.
They need a massive setup on
Grid.
Raflesia here.
Yeah,
Maybe one play here from Aura. Not like this.
not like that.
They
Absolutely.
can make massive
Carl
pickups,
TZ!
and that's what you are talking about. Rock hard, phantom execution. Maybe they can catch Carl TZ. Nice jump down by KLBJ. The members here of Bren Esports is very much willing to answer for KLBJ. Destroyed onto the side. Meteor shower deployed here by Few.
What? Oh, I think that was like 10 HP remaining.
Yeah.
Eh, imagine if he pulled that off. That would have been such a swag play. That's
Swag
a
play.
highlight play of the week
Yep.
for sure.
And of course, if Bren Esports may be able to follow up, they would have been able to push
Clean
the
up.
bottom lane inhibitor
Yeah.
turret. That is one possibility there, but Kilo was still deleted. It's not just Carl Z who has the leader. It's also Rebo, Few, Lusty. Look at Few here, dropping a lot of stars from the Meteor Shower.
Yep. His credit card is already destroyed.
Maxed out.
Because of sending stars. My gosh. But Bren Esports are aware. They're so aware of their lead right now. They are playing super duper aggressively. And 2-0 is waving, my friend. 2-0 is waving. My gosh, Bren Esports, they can...
Yeah, but
They can
they can see that enemy turret destroyed here. Actually down for the mid, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's it. 8-1. The lead is not just 5K. Sitting on the 7th. And a 7-kill lead to add salt to the wound. This is too much. This is one of the most one-sided game that we have witnessed in a long, long time against RPH.
Yes.
And RPH has been known to make a comeback, but it's very
Unlikely. It's starting to look
Unlikely,
unlikely in
yeah.
this one. I think this also happened last week or yesterday where we saw Bren finish a game in 7 minutes or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That's starting to look like the trend here for Bren Esports. They're doing it consistently, a lot better than they were doing in Season 5. And I'm actually a little shocked how well they are. And is this because of Flapties?
I have no idea.
Probably, right? I don't know. I will have to find out that later, as Lusty is going to be the one who is zoning non-stop again for Bren Esports. Carl TZ is here. And level 12 versus level 7. Guess who's going to win that?
Yeah.
Look at
that.
Look at the
man.
levels.
Look at the levels. That is just too much. Look at the spells. Look at the damage being delivered here. Look at the moves. Look at the plays. And look at the kicks delivered here. Raflisha tries to make his own play as well. That takes in Rebo, but at a cost of maybe 4 members here. Maybe 5. Make that after Kiluwash. KLVJ is now alive. There is going to be the minion wave to defend. Or maybe not. One artillery should still be there. Carl Z was able to tag a few damage into the base of Aura PH.
Oh my gosh. That could have been That could have ended.
That could have been
Right
good.
there
Good
and
job
then.
by KLVJ actually.
Yeah, I think that was just a little bit of style points. I think they could have finished, but they didn't tower lock. So, wow, 12-2 at 9 minutes. 10K goal lead. That's something that you don't hear. You don't hear a lot.
Heptas.
Heptasis right
Shortcut
away.
after the.
My God.
He just want to. He knows he's ahead, so you know.
He's styling.
He just want to get a quick burst.
Yeah.
Because if when is the heptasis really good to take? If you have early levels, if you have early
Advantages,
skill points, it makes the most of the base skill damage
That's right.
because of the armor penetration. So
Yes. The armor pen is huge.
yeah, look at Cardsy here. Sits as a level 11.
Yep. So basically what he's doing is he's
Oh,
hitting
no.
he's hitting 0 armor
I
targets.
apologize. Yeah, he's not level 11. He's 14.
14.
Against level 9. Look at that. That is 5 level advantage.
What is happening to Aura right
Ladies
now?
and gentlemen, that is too much. Yep.
Let's try to analyze what led to this situation. I think it's
It was a few.
yeah.
It was a few. Again, we did mention that few should be slower, right, into the early game.
Yes,
But
yes,
they
yes.
they kind of allowed few to still pop off even on the early minutes of the game.
Yep, it's 206 even as a support mage.
Yeah, and it's very hard to engage a team with a Chango. Not because the Chango Chango's been landing the ultimate against RPH, but it's because lane management will always be in favor of Bren here.
That's right.
Right.
And of course, Lusty is just something that you have to
Yeah,
admire. He
Kufra.
keeps diving in
Yeah.
on 2 targets like JP!
Oh, my God! Beautiful! But there's no meteor shower. Look at that. Follow up. It's going to be KLVJ getting the kill against Lusty. Raflisha. Phantom execution and auto attack comes in from
Look at
Kronzi.
this.
Gets the kill onto him. And that's 14-3. They were able to bag in 2. But I think that should be it.
Yeah, why did Feud not use Meteor Shower? It was on cooldown when they were diving. I don't know. They
Maybe he wants to
save it for this?
troll Lusty.
They were forcing him.
Allow Lusty to be punished, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That's on for Greed, ladies and gentlemen. And now we got the Lordo knocking in, greeting Aura PH here. Hey, 2-0
Here we
against
go.
the back-to-back champion. That's what they are eyeing. Bren Esports, that is. They're going to go for the base. And how about that? Bren Esports takes 2-0 on the series against Aura PH.
That's the best how about that moment here, bro. That's like,
It's
who
crazy.
does this?
That's
What
crazy.
other team does this against our back-to-back champions?
The biggest statement right now made here in our MPL Season 6.
Yes.
Right? Against our back-to-back champions. Falling 2-0 against Bren Esports after delivering a 2-0 against Omega. Who is next?
Who's next? Oh my gosh.
Indeed, who is next?
I'll find that out
On
later.
the list. I'm trying to account for the top 4 teams of Onic.
Onic.
Okay.
Yep.
They got the Onic.
All right.
Let's
They
do
already
it,
did
yeah.
that. They already did
let's
that.
do
Yeah.
the-
So,
yeah.
Wow, what a beautiful showing there for Bren, who probably could have ended that at 9 minutes, but they chose to be a bit more conservative and went to 11. But still was the one of the cleanest games we have ever seen against Aura PH.
Few years ago, man. And Cards is still a very deadly carry.
He's like
ladies and gentlemen.
He's like a walking weapon at this point.
Man,
Right.
you guys should watch out for Carlsy. Like Carlsy is really, I mean, there is a good reason why he is our gold medalist in the SEA Games, where he is the main carry of the Philippine team.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
That's right. One of the best in the whole country.
For
sure.
Yeah.
So, and of course, compounded with a team that can keep up with him, I think that is the only thing that has been missing for him since Season 2.
Yeah.
Since Season 2 of MPL, he has been a prodigy, and this is a good showing of that. But, of course, we cannot discount the rest of the Bren.
Yeah.
Lusty,
Rebo,
man. Good job.
Lusty,
that was a
Flapsy,
beautiful.
Yes. Even Flapsy, actually.
Flapsy.
Right?
So consistent.
So
We
consistent.
never highlight him, but he's so consistent.
He's consistent. He is very consistent. He did flop as a new member. Normally, some new
I see
members,
what you did
especially
there.
against veteran, but Flapsy, no, didn't flop. Let's get into Wolves analysis.
Hindi tayo mabibitin sa analysis ng laban na yun dahil napakatalino. Oh my goodness. From Bren Esports, it really felt like they are so prepared